everyone. Welcome to Yoga with Joan Bossy, my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for this nurturing yoga practice today. This is Yoda behind me. Yoda, can you say hi? You're sleeping in front of the fire. Yeah, we're getting a little snowstorm today. So let's begin. We'll begin on our backs if that's comfortable for you. So coming down onto the mat, maybe holding the backs of your knees, maybe putting the soles of your feet together as you relax. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Taking a couple deep breaths here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's take two more. And one more. And then let yourself return to your normal breath. Putting your hands on your lower belly as you take a breath in through the nose. Feeling the belly rise on the inhale, the ribs and the chest rise. And on the exhale, feeling the chest, ribs, and belly pull back towards the spine. You can repeat some of these affirmations if you'd like to yourself as we get ready to begin. I am enough. I am love. I can nurture myself through yoga. And noticing how your physical body feels today without judgment. Noticing your thoughts. Is your mind racing or is it settling in? Just notice. Feeling your body grow heavy on the mat as you breathe here. And checking in with your goal or maybe an intention for yourself today. Maybe one hand on the heart again, one hand on the belly. As you think of one small or large goal that you'd like to have for yourself through this practice today. And whatever that is, I wish that for you. Our goal as a group, a community for this practice is I can nurture myself and feel at ease through yoga. Just beginning to take another breath here. And then bringing your legs in towards your chest for a little stretch. Maybe the head comes in. Legs come back down. Right leg comes across the thigh. So maybe you stay here. Maybe this is enough as you press into the thigh here. Or you can draw the leg in, taking a couple breaths here. Maybe flexing both feet if that feels good. And gently letting that leg come down. Setting up for the other side. Right ankle crosses the opposite thigh. As we either stay here, pressing into the thigh, or we could draw this leg towards us, tuning in to the sensations your body feels as you stretch here. Finding your edge, that place where a stretch comes, but not too much, where you're in pain or uncomfortable, but allowing yourself to maybe feel a slight tension in the leg somewhere as you breathe. Finding your edge. And And letting your foot drop back down. And we'll set up for bridge, feet about hips width distance apart. Maybe your longest finger can graze a heel, so your heels are close to your body. Arms alongside the body as we press into the mat, sending our pelvis up into bridge. We'll hold here for 2 more breaths, and you're welcome to drop down at any time. Pushing into the mat with the feet, sending the thighs towards each other so they don't flop open. 1 more breath. And then sending yourself down onto the mat on the exhale. We'll come back up, sending the hips up into bridge. Breathing here. Strong legs, your root chakra, your foundation, holding you up. Building some energy here in the body. 1 more breath here. And finding our way back down. And we begin to come back up again, pushing into the mat, maybe holding on to the either side of the mat with your hands. As you send that pelvis up, you can put your hands together underneath your pelvis also, sending yourself here with 1 more breath. And then gently coming down 1 vertebrae at a time until your tailbone gently comes back down, widening the feet, windshield wipering the legs from side to side a couple times. And drawing the knees into the chest, maybe the head comes up. And gently coming back down, and you can gently roll forward and backward, or you can roll to one side to come up, whatever feels better. And finding yourself seated on the mat. Coming back into a seated position on the mat, finding those sits bones that you're sitting on, grounding into the mat. Crown of the head, like an invisible string, is holding it up as we inhale up, reach up, exhale down. 2 more times, inhaling the arms up out of the waist, exhaling the hands together and down. 1 more time, inhale up. And exhale down, closing the eyes. I am enough. I am love. I know the day can be exhausting sometimes. I am doing a great job. And repeating these affirmations to yourself if you'd like. Taking 1 more breath here. And then gently tenting the fingers of your right hand. Left arm lifts up, inhale. Exhaling over to the side, stretching, reaching with those fingertips. And coming back down. 2 more times, inhale. And exhale back. Last time, inhaling up and exhaling back. Other side, tenting the fingers of the left hand, right arm lifts up on the inhale. Exhale back, keeping that right sits bone on the ground as we reach for the 2nd time. Exhaling down, and then inhaling up. And coming back down. Last time, inhale, reach over. And exhale down. Both arms lift up, inhale. Exhaling, right arm comes to left knee. Left arm comes behind as we gently twist over. Breath here. And we'll come back around, inhaling back up, twisting over to the other side. Iota. Relaxing the face. And gently coming back down, sending the arms out in front. Any amount of leaning forward is perfect. Maybe gently dropping the head and the shoulders. Breath here. And coming back up. Hands come to the knees as we gently come around to the left, some torso circles. They can be big or small. Feeling your body, tuning in to the sensations you feel as you come around. One more time. Taking a pause in the center and then going the other way. Timing your breath as you come around. And taking one more circle. And pausing in the center as we come to our hands and knees, finding our way. Knees, hips width distance apart. Hands spread wide on the mat. Wrists under shoulders. As we drop the belly, lift the chin, inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Rounding the spine as the belly and the chin pull in towards the chest. Inhaling again to cat. Exhale to cow. And moving back and forth at your own pace, finding your way, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe spending a little more time in cat or cow as you stretch that spine. And taking 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then finding your right hand, picking it up on the inhale, sending yourself out and up on the inhale. Exhaling your hand through underneath that arm, palm up as you send your right shoulder down. Right ear comes to the mat, breathing here. Feeling the breath as it moves through the body. Maybe stretching out the left leg, pointing the toe, maybe even lifting it, stretching out, or staying right here if that feels good. You can always raise the front arm up, reaching high. Maybe tucking that hand behind the hip or on the lower back. Stretching out the shoulder. Or maybe you decided to just push into the earth with that flat palm or those knuckles of the opposite hand. And we'll take our last breath here. And then pushing into the mat. The left hand, right arm reaches up, maybe out, and comes back down. Setting up for the other side. Sending the left arm out, maybe up on the inhale. And stretching through, palm up as we come down onto the left side, left shoulder. Breathing here. Pushing into the mat, maybe a little with the flat palm. Maybe stretching out the right leg, pointing the toe, maybe even reaching up. Staying here, you can add the arm. Maybe tucking that hand behind the back. Stretching out. One more breath and thread the needle. And then pushing into the mat, sending that arm up. And back down as we bring the hands into table, wrists under shoulders, and then moving the hands up, maybe a half of a handprint. As we turn those hands, knees, toes under, an option to hover the knees here or go right into downward dog. We're just going to breathe here for 2 more breaths, building some fire in the belly, creating some energy. One more breath. And then sending those hips up high. Good. Pushing the heels back towards the mat. Chest reaches for those tops of the thighs as we breathe here. Maybe bending one knee, then the other knee. Stretching out those calf muscles. And on the next breath, we'll take one more breath here. Actually, maybe some stillness, or maybe you continue to bend one knee. And then on the next breath, we'll bend those knees on the inhale, beginning to walk to the front of the mat. Hands can come to the shins or even the thighs, wherever your halfway lift is. Inhale. Exhale down. And then we rise, bending the knees, rooting down, reaching up. Exhaling the hands to the heart. Breath here. Repeating the affirmations if you'd like to yourself. I am enough. I am love. I can rest when I need to. Gently letting the eyes float open as we inhale the arms up. Exhaling down to a forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back. And we'll exhale down. And maybe the knees are very bent and we rest the chest there and hold the elbows. Or maybe the knees are beginning to straighten. Maybe we widen the feet. We're going to be here for a few breaths into a forward fold. So maybe letting the arms drop down with gravity or holding the elbows and hanging here. Bringing a little more weight to the fronts of the feet. Continuing to breathe. Belly pulled in. Neck and shoulders releasing with gravity. Maybe there's some movement here, back and forth. Or forward and backward. We'll repeat another affirmation to ourselves. I am peaceful. I can rest and nurture myself through yoga. I am enough the way I am right now in this moment. We'll take one more breath here. Letting go of our elbows, sending the feet back to hips width distance apart. Hands frame the feet as we send the right foot back. Nice big step coming onto the ball of the foot. Knee can come down as we set the back of the foot onto the mat. Top of the back of the foot on the mat. Knee over ankle. Knee is bent in the front as we send the arms either up, if that feels good today. Maybe on our knee, we have options. Relaxing the face as we gently open up the chest. Letting that hip move gently forward. Another inhale here. And exhaling the hands down. Coming to the heel of the front foot as we send that foot up, folding over that leg, any amount, as we draw the left hip back gently. Half splits. Another inhale. And then coming back. Gently plant the right hand right here on the mat. As we send the left arm up for a twist, looking over to the left. Option to bring that knee up in the air or not. Another breath here. And hand comes down. Just gently sending the front foot back to meet the other foot into plank. Knees can be down or up as we take a breath here. Sending ourselves down on the exhale, elbows close to the body. Hands come to the side ribs as we inhale to cobra. And exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale. Long back legs on the floor. Feeling the tops of your feet as we take our last cobra. And exhale down. And this time you can take an upward dog or cobra. Straightening the elbows for upward dog. Maybe you look up. And then knees come to the ground as we push back into child's pose. Sending those hips back, arms come forward. Nice stretch here for the body. Maybe a rock back and forth on your hips. Repeating our affirmation. I can nurture myself when it's needed. I can take time for myself by doing yoga. I am enough in this moment, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Sending ourselves back up. Hips are up, coming to tables. We send just the arms forward, keeping our hips up. So we gently send the chest towards the floor. Any amount, maybe this is where we stop, or maybe we come down. Maybe the chin comes down towards the mat. Maybe the head comes down. Finding puppy here. Nice shoulder stretch here. One more breath. And then sending ourselves back up. And this time you can tent the fingers if you'd like a more intense shoulder stretch. If not, you can come back into child's pose. So we'll try the tenting of the fingers here so you can see what that looks like. Sending the chin towards the earth. Feeling a stretch in the upper shoulders. Holding here. Our shoulders can hold a lot of stress during the day. And then gently coming back up, walking the hands. If you were in child, you can walk the hands back. You can come back to a seated position, turning the toes under, and then leaning back any amount if this feels okay on your toes. Just to stretch your feet a little bit here, taking a breath here, and then gently coming back, finding our way into downward dog. Wrists under shoulders, knees, hips width distance apart, sending the hips up, sending the heels back. Breath here. I'm just going to move up my mat a little bit. And on the next breath, we're going to send the knees in, inhaling, walking or hopping to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, and we root down to rise, reaching up. Exhaling here. Taking a moment, breathing here. Coming back maybe to our intention. Eyes float open as we inhale up. Exhale down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands frame the foot as we send the left leg back this time. Big step back, left knee comes down. Maybe we stay here, or hands can come to the knee as we gently lean forward. Maybe the arms reach up, giving yourself the option. Maybe you take a child's pose if you're tired. Always taking care of yourself in yoga. Another breath here. Reach up. And then we'll inhale, exhale those hands down, planting the left hand this time, right arm lifts up for a twist. Knee can stay down or come up. Reaching, maybe a look up or off to the side as we twist here, belly pulled in, reaching up. Inhale, exhaling that hand down. As we gently begin to bring that knee down, it's coming to the heel of the right foot as we slowly fold over that leg. Sending that right hip back as we fold over any amount over the leg. You know, this time we took our twist first with our arm up, and last time we didn't. That's okay, as long as we do the same thing. And then gently coming back, framing the foot with the hands. As we push into the hands, sending the right foot back to plank. Knees can be down or up as we inhale here. Exhaling down to the floor. Hands come to the side ribs as we inhale to cobra or upward dog. Exhaling to the knees or just turning the toes under, coming back to downward dog or child's pose. Coming back to our affirmations. I can rest when I need to. I can nurture myself through yoga. I am enough. The way I am physically, emotionally, mentally, right in this moment. Last inhale here, we'll bend the knees and we'll walk to the front of the mat, inhaling to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, and we rise, rooting down with the feet, reaching up, exhaling our hands to our heart. Hands can come to the waist as we take a big step to the side of the mat. Feet are parallel. Maybe slightly tucked in the toes as we get ready for forward fold. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling as we forward fold. And you can gently interlace the fingers together if you'd like, or you could slide the hands down the legs as we come down, only to the point you'd like to come down to. You could send the crown of the head all the way towards the floor if you'd like, holding here. Breathing. Feeling your strong root legs holding you up like roots in the ground, stable and strong. Hands reach down, maybe crawl the hands backwards a little as the crown of the head reaches further towards the mat, deepening your fold. Another breath here. And then gently walking the hands out, planting the right hand under the face as the left hand reaches up for a twist. Eye gaze goes off in the direction to the left or up. Another breath here. And then inhale, reach. Exhale that hand down, planting the hand under the face as we reach up on the other side, twisting over to the right. Reach, reach, reach with the fingertips. Inhale them. Exhale the hand down as we walk out to the center. Inhaling to a halfway lift, flat back. Exhaling, hands come to the waist as we slowly rise, using those strong legs and core. Beautiful. And then we can gently jump to the center or heel toe the feet in. Coming to the front of our mat. Taking a moment here and breathing. Feeling your feet on the earth. Feeling the breath pulsating through your body as you breathe. Beautiful. And then gently let your eyes float open as we inhale, bending the knees, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll be here for 3 breaths, widening the feet, holding the elbows. And this time, if you held the elbows last time and you want to grab the first 2 big toes with the first 2 fingers, you can inhale the arms straight, exhaling the elbows out to the side. And you can have your feet hips width distance apart as you send the chest towards the legs, breathing here. Another inhale here. And then releasing the elbows if you were hanging your elbows or the toes. Sending the feet back to hips width distance apart. And we'll come up, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale down, sending the right foot back. And then the left foot coming into plank. Holding here. And then gently coming over to the left hand first. Feet can be stacked one on top of the other for side plank. Reaching up with the top hand. Left knee can be down or up. Reaching up with the hips, reaching up. Maybe raising one leg or not. Inhaling and then exhaling back to plank. Dropping the knees down, sending the hips back into child's pose. Nice back stretch here. Grounding ourselves down. Or maybe it feels better to let the arms reach back, palms up in embryo. We'll take another breath here. And then we'll find ourselves back, coming back up to plank. Sending the hips up nice and high. Rolling over to the right foot. One foot stacked on the other or one foot in front of the other, either one. Left hand lifts up for plank on the other side. Reaching the hips up, away from gravity, reaching with the top arm. Maybe there's a lifting of the top leg. Maybe not. Reaching up. Another breath here. And then gently rolling back to plank. Sending your chest all the way down. Coming into either cobra or upward dog. Inhale. And exhaling to downward dog. 3 breaths here. Feeling the energy surging through your body as you're breathing. Taking care of our body today, nurturing our mind. And as we take our last breath here, we're going to send our right leg back up behind us. Maybe opening up the hip by bending that knee, stacking the hips. One more inhale. And exhaling the legs straight. And we'll send that knee through on the inhale. Exhaling the foot over to the left hand. Knee comes towards the right hand as we slowly come down for pigeon. Sending that, looking back, making sure that leg is nice and long on the ground. Top of the foot on the floor. Coming to our fingertips. Squaring our hips towards the front as best as possible. Taking a breath here. And then slowly finding our way down. Maybe we come down to the hands. Maybe a blanket or a cushion. we rest ourselves on. Or maybe you feel better with your forearms down, or even coming down all the way, laying down on the ground, breathing into that right hip. As you stretch here, we'll take 5 deep breaths, loosening up the hip, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the hands and the face. And as we take 2 more breaths here, if this is too much for you and you keep rolling to the right, you can place a blanket under here so you're not rolling under your right hip, or you could always take pigeon on your back with your right foot still forward but on your knee, like we did in the beginning, taking this on your back, this figure 4 stretch. So feel free to do that. And we take our last breath here. And then slowly coming back up onto our hands, pushing into the mat with our hands. Exhaling, coming to the back foot, sending the right foot back up. Maybe bending the knee again, straightening that leg, coming back down. And pedaling the legs a little. Taking another breath here. Pushing into the mat with all the fingers and the thumb. Ears align with the arms as we continue our downward dog, getting ready for the other side. And on the next inhale, sending the left leg out, 3-legged dog, bending that left leg, stacking those hips, opening up that hip, and then sending that leg straight, inhaling it, exhaling it through. This time the foot comes to the right hand and the knee comes towards the left side. Adjusting your foot as you check your back leg, making sure it's nice and long, top of the back foot on the floor. Taking a breath here as you straighten your hip bones towards the front. And gently coming down. And this side might be a little different. Maybe you need to come down a little lower or not too low. Maybe this side is easier to do and feel better by coming all the way down. But decide what you want to do. Breathing here. 4 more breaths. Taking that pigeon on your back if you'd like, as opposed to this one if that feels better. Allowing the breath to continue through the body, breathing in and out on the mat. Relaxing the arms and the shoulders and the face. Letting everything go. Releasing what you do not need on the exhale. Repeating your affirmations. I can nurture myself through movement, through yoga. I am enough the way I am in this moment. I can allow time to take doing things I love to nurture my soul. One more breath here. And then removing the blanket or moving yourself up towards your body, your hands if they were down. Sending your hands into the mat, sitting up, taking a breath here. And then sending that front leg back. Maybe bending the knee or straightening the leg a couple times. And then coming back down, Dropping the knees down, sending ourselves into child's pose. Hips come back. Maybe widening the knees if that feels better. Beautiful. Coming back up, turning yourself over, coming down onto your back. You can come down by holding the backs of your legs or maybe using your ab muscles to come down. Take your time. Sending the knees into the chest. Maybe the head comes towards the knees for a little stretch. Finding yourself on your back. Feeling down the legs, maybe to the ankles, to the outer soles of the feet for happy baby. Putting a little pressure on the soles of the feet with the hands, bending the knees. Breathing into that belly. Maybe there's a little rock in your happy baby pose. From side to side. Maybe straightening one leg and then the other. Again, all options. Maybe just bringing your legs up and holding here. Deciding what your final pose will be. Giving yourself choice. Okay, Yoda? You doing okay, buddy? Good boy. And when you finish your happy baby or your legs up pose, allow yourself to bring the legs down, coming to the floor. Soles of the feet come together, one hand on the lower belly, one hand on the heart. As you breathe here. Filling up your cup here with yoga. After you give so much out during the day to others, allowing yourself time to unwind here. Feeling the earth supporting your weight. Coming back to your intention for yoga. Saying it one more time to yourself. We'll come to our affirmations one last time. I am enough physically, mentally, and emotionally in this moment the way I am. I can take time to do things that I enjoy, things that nurture myself. And your last affirmation, I can pause during the day, maybe put my hand on my heart and tell myself I'm doing a great job, I am enough, I am working hard. And just this little gesture of one hand to the heart, maybe tomorrow during your day, just a reminder that you are doing a wonderful job and you are giving so much of yourself. And gently bringing one leg out straight and then the other. Arms can come out alongside the body as we come into Shavasana, allowing the shoulder blades to be nice and pressed onto the mat. And we'll take 10 to 15 breaths here, relaxing on the mat. And if you're short on time, you can absolutely let go here and move on, but taking time to release here in Shavasana, in corpse pose is so important, so good for your body. So letting everything go, Letting all the poses we did integrate here in this pose, Shavasana. Taking time for silence and breath. And take 4 more breaths here. Feeling the arms grow heavy, feeling the legs feeling weighted down. The head heavy on the mat. Releasing all tension from the body, letting it float away. Relaxing the tongue back in the mouth. Relaxing the space between the eyebrows. And when you're ready, beginning to wiggle a finger or the toes. Maybe bringing the arms overhead for a stretch. The legs reaching in the opposite direction. Bringing one knee into the chest. Taking a breath here. And then drawing the opposite knee in. Widening the knees. Bringing the knees together. Maybe a gentle pressing or rocking of the knees from side to side. And when you're ready, rolling over to your favorite side, making a pillow for your head, laying in a fetal position, being grateful for 3 things that come to mind that are in your life. Taking one more breath here. And then gently pushing into the mat with one hand as we bring ourselves up. Head comes up last. Sending the knees in to the chest, to the body. Hands can come to the forehead as a reminder to work on having clear and loving thoughts. Hands come to the heart as a reminder to have clear and loving intentions. Hands come to the mouth as a reminder to have clear and loving communication. Sending peace, love, and nurturing to all beings everywhere. Namaste, which means the light in me honors the light in you. Thank you all.